All right, everybody, you know what it is. Hit that like and subscribe. Let me know where you're all from. Let's jump back into it. Daz Dillinger, he's asking Dr. Dre if he plans to rob him like Death Row did over unpaid royalties from the Chronic. And so last month, Daz Dillinger, he called out Snoop for seemingly lying about his pledge to stop smoking and accused Suge Knight of having dementia. Now, he's calling out another fellow West Coast legend over music royalties. On the 31st anniversary of Dr. Dre's debut album, Chronic, earlier this week, the Dog Pound rapper called out his former music colleague for not paying him for rapping and producing on the groundbreaking project. Now, but when we can receive our royalties, are you or Interscope going to rob us like Death Row Records 2024 and the people from the past who ran it straight bit from Eazy-E? Remember Daz copyright reversions law is filed. I want a percentage, not points. And so Dillinger has admitted that he did production and rapped on songs and albums released under Death Row after signing to the label at 19. Now, in addition to Dre's breakthrough project, he's also produced tracks like Afro Puffs by the label's first female artist, The Lady of Rage, featuring a rap verse from Dion Coach Prime Sanders. Now, he claims that he won't clear anything associated with the Chronic until he's paid what he's owed. Now, adding, so you all on a time limit for 4 more years. Now, till it reverts back, then it's really like, I ain't clearing it. And so, some social media users were shocked by Daz's backhanded compliment, but many agreed with the sentiment that he should be paid for his work. We all should be paid for the work that we do. If we do like a hard, work and a hard job, you should be compensated for it. You should be paid for it. You should be congratulated for it. And that's what I think personally, in my opinion, too, right there. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments on that one, too. Now, one person wrote that Daz Dillinger did rap on a few songs on the album, so he did write his own verses. So he should be getting publishing on the songs he rapped on. When he said he had nothing to do with this album, he was talking about on the production side of things. Now, a second individual claimed that Daz did not do a lot of work on the Chronic, and I'm not just talking what I don't know, like 80% of y'all. Snoop also did a lot of work on it, and if not more, that's why he said he feels like Doggy Style is actually his second album all the way. Snoop's idea also not taking anything from Dre because he is definitely the man, but without Snoop and Daz, neither the Chronic or Doggy Style would be what they are today. And so a handful even suggested Daz go after Snoop for his money, including one that wrote, "Doesn't Snoop own Death Row now? Ask your partner, man." Now Dre, Knight, and Dick Griffey and the Doc created the music firm in 1991, now serving as the launch party for the careers of several iconic rappers, including its co-founder, The Lady of Rage, MC Hammer, Outlaws, Warren G, both the late Tupac Shakur and the late Nate Dogg, as the group the Dog Pound, which consists of Daz, Warren G, Corrupt, and Superfly. Now, Snoop purchased the label from MNRK Music Group, which acquired Death Row in 2013 and took over as the owner and CEO last year in February. But Dre's representative says rights to the Chronic were not transferred to Snoop, which with the purchase of the label, with attorney Howard King telling Rolling Stone last year there were false reports out regarding ownership by Death Row of Dr. Dre's The Chronic. Now, Dr. Dre owns 100% of that Chronic right now. And so that's like some recent news with the Daz Dillinger and Dr. Dre and what's going on with that too. But also, Daz Dillinger lashes out at Dr. Dre over the Chronic royalties. Dr. Dre's 1992 solo debut, The Chronic, is considered one of the greatest rap albums of all time and helped introduce numerous rap stars while putting Death Row Records on the map. Now, however, one key contributor to the album says he hasn't received royalties owed from his work and is threatening to not allow usage of the material moving forward, as I was explaining earlier. And Daz Dillinger, a member of the Dog Pound who appeared on several tracks on the Chronic, including the day people took over, recently took to social media to express his displeasure over that lack of compensation. Happy 31st C-Day to the Chronic, Dr. Dre, but when we can receive our royalties Daz wrote on Instagram last Friday, December 15, which has marked the anniversary of the album's release. Are you or Interscope going to rob us like Death Row Records 2024 and everybody from the past who ran it? He continued, and that's what I was saying earlier. He's upset about all that. And so remember, Daz copyright reversions law is filed. I want a percentage, not points. So you're on a time limit for 4 more years till it reverts back. And then it's really like, I ain't playing this anymore. I'm coming, the Cali native concluded. Now, earlier this year, Daz responded to claims made by Death Row Records founder Suge Knight about his involvement in the production on Snoop Dogg's 1993 debut, Now Doggy Style, which he vehemently refuted. Now Suge Knight, saying something about Doggy Style, told TMZ this past May, "Hey, Dr. Dre is the best producer in this whole world right now. He's the best producer in the studio, and I did not have nothing to do with that. Now Dr. Dre did that on his own, and Suge Knight is lying. I ain't signed a damn thing," he said. And so this isn't the first time Daz Dillinger has lashed out at hip-hop figure over the royalties and publishing rights. He accused Jay-Z of using his lyrics from the song Serial Killer, and on Dr. Dre's classic single, Still D.R.E. Dre, which Jay-Z famously wrote in its entirety for Dr. Dre's Chronic 2001 album, was talking about, all that recent news of what's going on with that. And it's kind of interesting when you're looking at these two things that's going on with Daz Dillinger lashing out over his royalties. And then you got another thing on Mob James believing Vanilla Ice saying Suge Knight slapped his bodyguard and took his gun. And so in this clip on, about his experience of visiting rapper Vanilla Ice's Miami residence, where Vanilla discussed an incident involving infamous personality Suge Knight, Vanilla explained that Suge had previously approached him in the restaurants, and at 2 restaurants actually, and one time bully eating Vanilla's food in his presence. He also revealed a surprising encounter at his hotel room where Suge and 5 others were waiting for him despite not being told his location. Now, during the chat, he also learned about Vanilla's financial moves, noting that after being sued by David Bowie and Queen for sampling Under Pressure in his hit Ice Ice Baby, Vanilla bought the rights to the song. Today, he owns both his hits and reportedly has a substantial property portfolio. Now, the conversation further revolved around disputed credits on Vanilla's album, particularly Ice Ice Baby with another artist, Chocolate. Now, he claimed to have written. Now, that's just all some recent news that's going on right there. Well, I'm curious what you guys think in the comments below. Hit that like and subscribe. Let me know where you're all from. I'm going to keep you updated with some more juicy news.